Good morning and welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. I'm AC and today I'm going to walk you through another 2022 Antero Adventure Van. The one I did a couple days, or actually about 11 days ago to be exact, was what we call avalanche gray. This one is carbonized gray. And I'm going to show you a couple things. At the end of the video, I'm going to give you a chance to win $25 gift card. So pay attention, stay tuned. And since we all know I'm the squirrel kind of guy, my camera guy is going to make sure I don't forget to give you that opportunity at the end of the video. Another thing I want to point out, you better mark your calendars, because in my last video I told you that I would bring an extra seat to demonstrate, and I actually remembered to do that today. So mark your calendars, go buy a lotto ticket. It's going to be a good day. We're going to start right up here in the front. This is a Ford Transit. Again, this is an Antero Adventure Van. It's got the upgraded wheels, and we've got the all-terrain KO2 tires. I really like this carbonized gray. Beautiful look. As we work our way back through here, I want to point out a couple things. We've got LED lights up top. We've got a nice little side light bar. We've got our awning and awning lights. It's a powered awning. It's 3 meters in length. Does have a wind sensor. It's good size. Plenty of coverage. You're hanging out in a bright day like today. While that awning's coming out, I want to point out a couple things here right on the entry. We're going to have our awning controls right here. On, off, retract and extend. We've got our awning lights. That's our scene light that's up top. I've got those on, and then that's going to be the garage lights, which I'll show you when we're coming around the side. We have our first aid kit, fire extinguisher, and of course our roll left bug screen here, our screen and blackout shade. This is the seat that'll go in that smart floor of ours with the L-track system. This will sit right in there and lock in place. When we come back around, I'll go ahead and put that in there for you guys to demonstrate it. I also brought out a ZAMP portable solar panel here. This is something you can carry with you if you want additional solar. The new Adventure Van here, this one's got 3 solar panels versus the 2 that the Touring used to have. So now you have, or actually the Pikes Peak used to have. So now you get 270 watts of solar, which is plenty of solar. That'll actually give you 17 amp hours per hour of charging in optimal sunlight, which is really nice, good charging rate. This panel would plug in right here into your external port. All right, as we work our way around the back here, we've got our rear scene light up top and our backup camera. Of course, we've got our rhino step, which I always point out because if you don't have one of these, you're climbing in and out. It's really easy to slip on the bumper and catch a shin there. Does not feel too good. We're going to have our 2 additional speakers on these back doors that are tied to our Bluetooth system, separate from the stereo on the front deck. They added more storage, which I really love that they did that from the previous models, because those of you that have vans, you know storage is a key. So we added some additional cubbies here. We're going to have our mid-light rooms our lights right here. Our water pump switch, our rear our scene light up top, and then our air compressor button right here. Right here next to our thinking chair, we've got our 4 lithium batteries, which is also an upgrade from the original Pikes Peak floor plan. Used to have 2, now we have 4. You can see 2 here, and then there's 2 more behind that. You've got some access panels for the cantilevered bed up top in case we need to do any kind of service to it. Makes it easy to get to. This side, you're going to have your air compressor. And it does come with an air hose that will reach all 4 tires. Again, up top, another access panel, and there's another one over to the right. Makes it really easy when it's time to work on that bed. Your thinking chair, business box, whatever you want to call it. Stores nice and neat. And here, this nice little footstool. You can use it as a footstool. You can use it to climb up onto the bed if you want to put it on the other side over there. Right here we have our outdoor hot and cold shower with a quick connect. Makes it really easy to get your hose hooked up. You got a quick connect for your air hose for the air compressor as well. And of course we have another roll left screen in the back so you can get plenty of fresh air circulating and also black out those rear windows. All right, up back here we're going to have our gravity fill port. When it's time to fill up your water tank, this is where you would fill it up. This has been sanitized by Antero. Right here we're going to have our 30 amp shore power connection. This does come with an adapter to go from 30 amp to a 110, so you can just plug in an extension cord when you're at home if you want to park this in the garage. Okay, Ford Transit, so it is gasoline, and it does feel right there. If you've never had one of these vans, it's kind of easy to miss where the fuel goes. We're going to have leather powered seats on this, or manual seats. Window controls, your mirror controls here. This is your emergency brake. You actually pull on it to activate it. You're going to have your light controls, your cup holder. Additional storage right there for another cup. And here is your hood release. All right, under the hood here, as I said in my last video, if you're watching, no flux capacitor. Because of those 4 lithium batteries, you get 400 usable amp hours out of those batteries. So they thought the flux capacitor would be a little bit of overkill. You got your positive terminal here. You've got your coolant. You got easy access to checking your oil back here, filling your oil. Your wiper fluid here. Nice, clean, easy setup. Nothing too special other than it's the 3.5 liter EcoBoost, 310 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. This has the automatic transmission. This one's been upgraded to dual Allison transmissions. If you believe me, give me a call later. I got some oceanfront property to sell you. All right, we're gonna go ahead and go inside now. We're gonna have our 4.6 cubic foot refrigerator. A lot of space to store all your drinks, your groceries. Got our microwave. Nice overhead storage. This is a really nice unit. Plenty of storage up here for pots and pans. I want to point out a couple of things in my last video. Nobody actually responded, so I saved myself a Transwest hat. I had pointed out a few different things that I purposely said incorrectly so that you could have a chance to win a hat. The other one said 180 watts of solar, which it actually comes with 270. We still had the old sticker on it. The other thing I pointed out in the other video was that The SPAR system is a fuel fired, but I said diesel. This is a Ford Transit, which everybody knows is a gasoline, so it's actually a gasoline fueled furnace. Works really well. You can set your, it'll go up to 100 degrees right here. You can set this for different times, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, you can work all your way up, or if you want to just let it keep running, you can set it on the infinity symbol, and you can cook yourself in here pretty good. So we've got our Kenwood Bluetooth system, like I pointed out, those 2 speakers in the back. This will connect your phone to them, and you don't have to have the van running to activate that. It runs off of your house batteries. We've got our tank monitor here, so our battery levels, our fresh tank, there is no black tank, and then there's a water pump here. Our master light switch, ceiling lights, galley lights. This does come with a Bosch 2.5 gallon electric hot water heater. So to activate that, you press and hold this button. That will turn on your water heater. It's got a Xantrax inverter, which the SPAR system actually will run 22 hours on 1 gallon of diesel, or not diesel, there I go again, of fuel. So it's not going to use all your fuel. Nice little pantry here. There's your drawer for your trash bags, your trash can. Some spice storage here. Put some spices in there. There's your silverware. If you look back, there is the hot water heater. More storage. And then this was a additional pantry that we did not have in the previous Pikes Peak version.
We do. We have a question.
Okay.
Someone wants to know what Kakadu means.
Well, that's part of that. So we just got a question in. Somebody wants to know what Kakadu means. They must have seen it on the sticker outside. That was actually how I was going to let you guys win $25. So whoever chimed in on that one, as long as you're not an employee, you will get $25 just for beating me to the punch. Kakadu is actually the new name of the Antero Adventure Van that we're in now. It's a national park in Australia. I believe there's also a city named after it, or town. So we are changing the name on this, and on what used to be our Longs Peak will now be the Bamaga. As soon as I get that, that is actually a 4x4 trail in Australia. And as soon as we get that in, I'll do a video on that one for you. Okay, so again, this is additional. Went through all of that. You do have a detector up here. Make sure we keep everybody safe. Additional storage up above the bed. Now this bed is actually really cool because it converts really easily from a bed to a workspace or a dining area. So you just move the cushions out of the way, tuck them under there. You can sit 3 people here with some 18-inch stools really easily, gives you plenty of space. You can use it as a workstation if you want to stand up or sit down. It works out just fine. And when it's time to make it a bed, let's see here. All right. This actually will turn into a 79 by 59 bed, which is pretty close to a queen. I think most folks are putting queen size sheets and bedding on it. Still leaves you plenty of space underneath the bed in the garage area for storage. Some folks like to just put some memory foam on top of the bed and leave it made the whole time. Just depends on what you're going to store into there. If you've got bikes that you want to store in here, you would obviously just take them out when it's time to go to bed, take the bikes out, and then make the bed. Under here we have some plumbing access. You have your low point drains, and then also up here, let me turn this on, we have our USB power cubby here. We got 110 outlets. We got some USB ports and a 12 volt, along with our mood lighting up here, which you can adjust the color by turning the dial. Okay. You can turn it off, and then you have a nice reading light when it's time to go to bed. You can adjust the colors. And we have our Nomadic 12-volt rooftop air conditioner, which I pointed out in the last video I really like. There's nothing hanging down. It gives you a lot of headroom up here. It's right over the bed, so when it's hot out and you want to cool down, this is the spot. This will actually run 6 to 10 hours on just the battery power, depending on how you're using it. If you're running the microwave, obviously, and other electronics, it will decrease that time, but this will run quite a bit on those 4 lithium batteries. Now, up front, go ahead and turn this on here. A couple of things I want to point out. This is an all-wheel drive Ford Transit, so it's going to have some different modes. Go ahead and fire it up. So now right here on the all-wheel drive mode button here, you can adjust from highway or normal driving to eco, to slippery. There's mud and ruts, and then there's a tow haul mode. So you got plenty of settings, so you can adjust it according to whatever it is you're going to be doing. If you're just going down the highway, obviously you just put it in normal. You're going to have your steering wheel controls here. This does have the adaptive cruise. You can adjust you can handle your volume up and down here. You can make your phone calls on this side. The park brake, you just pull to activate the park brake. As you can see, now it's saying the park brake is on. And then to disengage it, you actually push down on it, push in on it. Okay, we'll go ahead and set that again. Standard, just automatic shifter here. You're going to have some additional auxiliary ports here in case you want to add more lights to it or some additional features. You can wire them straight into there, and then of course you have your integrated trailer brake controller. USB port, 12 volt. And then you have your heating and cooling controls there. Up top here you got plenty of storage. You're going to have another USB and 12 volt outlet up here. Plenty of charging ports. Your electronics should not go dead in this van. Now the seats do swivel around, and I'll step outside and I'll swivel that one around. The driver's side one, this does swivel, but again, it's limited due to the fact that we have the refrigerator and countertop behind it. Now you can hear the alarm going off. They don't want you driving down the highway sitting facing the opposite direction, so it will let you know that you need to swivel this seat back around. But this gives you plenty of room here. Now if you want to have a little hangout spot, you want to play some cards or something, I'm going to grab the additional seat and put it into the track floor and show you kind of how that works. So these seats just pop into the track floor here, and then you lock them into place there. You got one lever on each side, and now it's secure. You can add additional seats. I think the most I've ever put in one of these vans is 5 seats. It was pretty crowded, but it did seat 5 more kids in the back. Again, really easy to use. They make fork mounts that you can put in this flooring system, a lot of different accessories. All right, so now, since I didn't get to ask my question for the $25 gift card, if anybody's ever been to the Kakadu National Park in Australia, has pictures, I would love to see some. Please send some over. Also with the Bamaga off-road trails, I would love to see that. Please email or text me some. If you do, you'll get a prize, okay? I'll send you a nice little gift. Please call, text, or email me if you have any additional questions. If you'd like to schedule a test drive or maybe place an order for one of these. Si hablo español, me pueden hablar al 720-276-4241. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again on Thursday.